Look at that. Cadillac or Caddywhack is back in the shack. So Victor and I did decide these fenders, right? But I just want to bring up a point about how I build cars as sculpture. A lot of people are talking about the bug and various other projects, this one included. It's not symmetrical. It doesn't match side to side. Why don't you finish something and then move on? That's not how I sculpt. I bring up the whole project together. Imagine, if you will, someone who's a great illustrator. He's drawn, or she, or they, or them,
They
is
done.
drawing a fierce grizzly bear. It's coming at you. It's got the claw.
I'm scared.
Sure. So what happens is one day they're just on fire. They're on point, and they focus on the claw, right? You got all the detail and the nails, and everything looks perfect. And then, like, for the rest of their career, they're not really feeling the same way. So the face looks a little weird. The hair on this side is different from the hair on that side. See where I'm going?
I see where you're going.
You do a little bit to each thing as it goes. You bring it up in its entirety. That's all for today.
Yeah. Did you have to get that off your chest?
I like to start each session with a little bit of theory. Now, today's theory is, let's be honest, none of us actually like the seam in the trunk, right? Can we be honest for a moment?
To be honest,
TBH.
I don't like the seam in the trunk.
Aha. Other folks ask, well, Ian, when are you going to use a little piece of Volkswagen in this project?
I feel like today is the day.
Doesn't that curve look like what we'd like to see here? I think it does.
Is this from the red bug?
Well, no, it's from the white bug. You know how you know it's from the white bug?
Well, yes, because it's white.
But it's from the red bug.
I was gonna say that red bug had a white hood on it,
Sure
or
did.
lid, or whatever. I think it's funny that how you do that. Anyway,
Everything comes from somewhere else. So I don't know how this is going to look on it, but what I do know is we agreed on a round lid to open in the back. What kind of features it has on it, I don't know, but this is making me a little bit anxious just looking at it. So I think we're going to cut the largest circle out of this roof section that we can, and it looks like it's reasonably close. I did a quick measure. So what we just came up with quick with that template with Victor was 33. The bug roof across is about 3 feet. So I think I'm going to find the center of this. I'm going to cut out a 3-foot circle and just lay it on there and take a look. Just to say we're working through the center, we got 4 feet. So at 2 feet, we're there. We'll come across the top. And that's 42, so that's 21. That's the center right there. So 18 out, yeah. We'll get a 36-inch whamma jamma right out of that. Stick a little drill hole through there and make a circle.
before you start talking again, just hold on a minute.
Hmm?
Stand right here. Come a little closer to me.
Do you
Okay.
want me to take some?
No. I'm learning something new about the iPhone. I can darken on here so you don't look so red. Here. Sorry. Stand right there where you were. Yeah, that's way better. Okay, cool. Sorry, like something new came up on it. I was like, what is that? All right, back to business. It's moving into the hot time of the year, everyone.
Ooh-wee.
So if Ian and I don't post 3 videos a week, it's just because we're busy trying not to die from the heat.
If you know about the desert, you know about the heat. Here it is.
And we're trying to video earlier in the day because my iPhone likes to overheat.
Yeah, our phones don't charge. It gets so hot during
Yeah,
the day here.
for real.
So we're going to put this at 18. I'll make it a little bit bigger because we can. All right. It's cut out that circle and see how it looks. I'm gonna make a mark top and bottom because it's definitely more curved. Doesn't matter how we put on that car. That way we know. Bop and tottom. How you like me now? What do you think?
I think it's awesome.
Good answer.
I'm ready to see.
So what we need to do is create some kind of a structure in the stricture. I don't like that height there either. This is too high. I'm going to loosen these welds up and push this down a bit. See what develops. There's an upside and a downside to everything. This is the upside to cordless. So right about there is where the Quasimodo effect takes place. All right, so I'm going to cut this hump right out. The Cadillac's definitely more curved on the top, and the Bug was more curved at the bottom. So I'm going to flip this. Yeah, see? There it is. So we need some support, we need some symmetry, we need just about everything. Let's begin. We start by trying to roll a ring, because we're going to use this as our diameter. And it's three-dimensional, right? So I'm going to try to just roll some rings, see what we come up with. Try to make the support here structure, and maybe we can get a hinge today. I don't know. All we can do is try. Going for the typical standby, the 1-inch round tube. No, it's going to be a tough one in this ceiling height. See what we can do. Always something. A little estimation. Close. Very close. So the issue here is it's not flat. Shoot. See what I'm saying? We're going to have to curve it that way. That's where the party really starts. So in a perfect world, we'd have like a big roller. We would just push this right in and curve it. But it's not a perfect world. Wonder if I couldn't just put this in the sheet metal brake. No, because it's going to flip it over. See what I mean by the roller? You would feed it in. But this is a slip roller for sheet metal. You'd feed it in, it would just curve it up. I wonder if we couldn't just push on this though, with it just using that as a leverage point. So, What would y'all at home do? Would you cut it like crazy with a grinder and form it into shape? Maybe. I'm gonna make the other piece of the missing one right here. Where we got that ring. All right, we're small. Stretch it into position. Okay, so I'm gonna just finish this hoop off. We're gonna have a hoop off. Weld it together. So we're going to try to bend this evenly. What that means is I'm going to create a clamp on the table and then like a lever here to try to just put some curve into this. I know what you're thinking. Easier said than done. That's true, because already. So this is already up, which is good. That can work in our favor. See, this is flat, but then it's already coming up there. So we're going to put that part right there. We're going to begin to rotate that down off the table. The old log technique. All right. You got a fairly good grab on this. Holding that flat to the table. For right now, I'm just going to use the pry bar so I can get it in there. As soon as I feel that, I'm going to move it in a little bit. Just make some marks so we keep it even. I'm going to say there, 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 there. There, 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 there. This is where Octo Ian and his 8 arms would really come into play. It's okay, we're going to work with what we got. Pull it to the next one. That's alright if I bend a little bit too much, because I'll just be able to step on it. It's getting the bend that's more difficult. Yeah, got some curve in it now. Let's continue. Wish I could flip this somehow, but maybe just go right to the edge and try to draw that in. Let's try that. perfect world, I'd have just a big armature with two maybe, you know, dial wheels, like just a big clamp that I could just move this through. But it's an abbreviated version of that. All right, we got some grip on that. Get the whole thing off the table. Yes, indeed. You know what I'm going to do?
What are you going to do?
I am going to replace this being clamped down with two pieces of something a little bit bigger right here. Then I'm going to bink, 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 bink. I'm going to work it right through.
Aha!
Bink, 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 right through. That right there is problem solving 101. See? Don't fit.
It's kind of what you're known for, my dear.
That and not finishing projects.
Whoa. Good thing I got on my cowboy boots. You did just finish a project. We just haven't aired it
Don't
yet.
try to fluff my ego.
You totally finished
How
a project.
dare
Ian's dune buggy is running, and we've been driving it around the desert, you guys. And we're going to do a little fun video about it. It's really, 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 really rad, and Ian is really super stoked about it.
Just a little bit.
Still needs a few little things, but hey.
Everything needs a few things.
Everything needs a few things. But it's running, and it's so fun to like ride in.
All right, so now we have that armature I was just describing. See, sometimes you just got to start talking about it and it materializes. Look, now I can move this in. Yes. Put that in the car, see what we're working with. Oh my God, that looks terrible. But as I said, I can step on it. That got all warped out of shape right there. There it is, back in the shape. Close. So through here to here looks decent. Just gonna work on these ends. The fun part is when this thing launches off the table and hits me right in the forehead.
No.
Get ready. Yeah, look at that. It's like I've done this in a past life or something.
I know.
Can you live with that?
Yup.
I can live with that. So I think we're going to tack this right into the car and then make the lid to fit. This is going to be the outside surround.
I'm glad you can see it because I cannot right now.
I have a gift. Just make this. Yeah, that's perfect. This is going to be the car side. Get some clamps and we'll lay it out.
Oh gosh. There you are with all the clamps.
Told you can never have enough. Okay, so I want to make sure that this is symmetrical with the circle we drew. And it looks like about that. Right there. Told you, Victor always calls me out on this for not being symmetrical.
And the entire YouTube universe audience.
Hey, are you just saying something that might be true? 18, 19 and a half. Don't add up. Saying that that one is closer. That's farther away from that. Let's do this. 15. 16. 15 and a half. 15 and a half. Okay, a quick rough estimation how the body's going to look. But it feels like it's really tense through here. Take some of this down. Yeah, see that? That takes some of that pressure off. In the end, I might take the grinder and relieve this, but I'm focusing on the lid opening right now. Make sure we got a line all the way through. I can take all those clamps right back off. This being top. I'll get the cutting disc and cut that all open. So this goes in from underneath now. That way the surface is flat. So I'm going to grind this smooth right here and then pull it in from underneath so that weld's not in the way. Yeah, I start from the bottom and then work it up. Keep clamping. All right, so that's our opening. Now we're gonna do the same thing with a smaller hoop to fit inside. Put our lid on it. So now we're going for another ring with a small gap for our trunk lid gap, deck lid gap. It's definitely low in the middle. I have to bring that up with a structural support. But right now what I'm concentrating on is just getting this hoop, the two hoops symmetrical. I'm probably going to have to just lift that up. Maybe I'll put a shim in there right now. Yeah, so like that, exactly. Cool. And we can finish that height in its entirety after this is all, because this isn't going to change in its bend. So, all right, so we're going to want about a 36-inch ring. Let's do that. Now that we figured out our little table device and this, I think it's time for a montage. Turn on my fan. I'm going to mark out 36 inches on this, and then fit this up after I put it through la machine. So I'm going to form this and then cut it and shrink it a little bit more because it might change shape. We'll see. Put a couple taps on this. I'm going to set 4 tabs coming in to support this, and I can see where it needs to be modified. These will get cut out just temporary to hold it. That fits just about perfect. But it's got to get shrunk this way. So I'm going to tack this into place. Then I'm going to clamp and fit it and then cap it with the sheet metal. That way I have a decent gap. And I'm going to start at the top because if I have to shrink it just a little bit, I can cut right through here and make the ring just a little bit smaller. Whereas up here, there's no room or there's no prior join. So I'm just going to put the screwdriver in there to establish a gap. We watched Mr. Mom last night. Super cool. Total timepiece.
So funny.
Schooner tuna. Where the 8th arm comes in again. There it is. All right, so just a little off. Just slip in a piece of 1/8 inch tab in there. Close that up. So the hinge is going to go in under here. I have to lift the car up to get in to do that, but this is the setup. I'm just going to cap this with sheet metal right now, and that's the representation of the body and the opening. Cut this to size. Looks like that's just about right. Yeah. I'm going to stay just a little bit off of that edge. I do this with a Beverly shear, just because. Yeah, I like that. It's going to come up a little bit higher here, and that's what we're going to do with the lid. I might even not attach this skin right now so I can go in and build the hinge underneath. I think that's actually what I'm going to do. I'll get everything built and I'll tack the skin, and then next time we'll open it. Broadcasting from the moist Mojave Desert. Come on back now.